Chariot. Kyungne. Face each other, please. Chariot. Kyungne. First wrist techniques, number 1 through 11. Master Joseph Muniz is the defender. Mr. Eric Constable is the attacker. Wrist technique number 1. At speed, begin. Step by step. Technique number 1. Bend the knees, flex the left wrist hand upward. Our right hand grabbing his right wrist, hand and wrist. Slide the right foot to the right front corner. Push till the arm is all the way, our arm is all the way straight. Bring the left hand to the pressure point just above the elbow, going toward the shoulder. Use the knotty point on the wrist to pressure the pressure point on the opponent's upper arm. Step the left foot through and throw. Same technique. Number 1, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrist technique number 2. At speed, begin. Count by count, step by step. Turn our left palm upward. Our right hand reaches under to grab with the fingers grabbing around the base of his thumb. Rotate the left hand in his grip until our palm is palm down. Step the left foot across as we continue to pressure on his thumb side of his wrist and upward on the finger side of his back hand to twist and bend his wrist. Now the same, we slide the elbow towards his wrist, putting pressure on the opponent's wrist as well. Technique number 3. At speed, begin. Step by step. Step the left foot forward, reaching past the opponent with our hand open. Step the left foot back toward the right. We're gripping his right wrist with our left hand. Our right hand grabs to his hand. Step forward. The left foot. And step the right foot through as we turn under his arm. Pressure the hand, wrist to throw as we step the right foot forward. Count by count, number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technique number 4. At speed, step by step. We open our left hand and we flex the wrist to be able to grab the opponent's right wrist. Step the left foot forward as the right hand, thumb up, goes to the opponent's elbow. Step the right foot through, going under his arm. Step the left foot back so that you're behind the opponent. Bend his wrist with your left hand. And with the right hand, stabilize the elbow as you bend the hand toward the elbow to pressure and cause pain on the opponent and get him just up on his toes. Number 4, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, wrist technique number 5, at speed. Technique number 5, step by step. Open the left hand. Our right hand grabs the opponent's right wrist, pivot, and draw the opponent slightly off balance. Our right hand pressuring his fingers on his hand to bend his wrist backwards, making it uncomfortable for the opponent to bend the elbow. We step the left foot through to put in position for a hip throw. His right arm is straight and locked across our upper chest. Our hips are well across and underneath the opponent, and bow to throw over the hip. Count by count. Technique number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrist technique number 6, at speed. Begin. Technique number 6, step by step. Open the left hand so that it expands the wrist. Step the left foot forward as our left hand holds his right wrist with our thumb upward. Our right arm holds the opponent around the waist. Step the right foot through so we have the opponent bending backward with our right hip underneath his hip. Bow our body and then move the hips out of the way so it drops the opponent on his back or on his shoulders or his head or neck. Count by count. Technique number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrist technique number 7, at speed. Technique number 7, step by step. Open the left hand. Our right hand grabs his right wrist. Pivot the body. Step so that the left step turns our body in front of the opponent. His left, our left hand's grabbing his wrist. His right arm on our shoulder. We have our knees bent, our hips back, and his elbow is placed at about our shoulder so that when we straighten the legs out, it breaks his arm. Technique number 7, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrist technique number 8, at speed. Wrist technique number 8, step by step. We open our left hand so it makes our wrist expand in his grip. Our thumb is up. Step the left foot forward as we push on his right arm with our left arm. Our right hand grabs the opponent's shoulder. Then we push the left arm, we push our left arm to push his right arm across behind his back on a diagonal as we pull down on the shoulder to be able to throw the opponent. Count by count. 1, 2, 3. Technique number 9. At speed. Wrist technique number 9, step by step. We open our left hand so it makes the wrist expand in his grip. Our right hand grabs his right wrist. We push on our left arm and pivot towards our right to turn the opponent slightly. Step our left foot through, turn our body clockwise to go under the opponent's arm. We have his elbow bent, his palm downward. Step the left foot forward to throw him down towards his back. Our right knee then can drop down on his arm with his hand pinned underneath as our left hand pushes his elbow down toward the floor. Step by step. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrist technique number 10. At speed. Wrist technique number 10, step by step. We open our left hand to make our wrist expand. We pivot our body to the right, our right hand grabbing the opponent's right wrist, pulling on his wrist, pushing on his hand to flex his hand backward so it makes him lock out his right elbow. Our left foot steps forward as our left arm elbow strikes to the face as we pull with the right hand on his arm, and then our left arm wraps around under the opponent's extended right elbow, and then we break the elbow. We're in position there that we could strike to the face again if the opponent struggles or if he tries to bend that elbow. That would make him straighten out his elbow and enable us to execute the technique. Count by count. Number 10. 1, 2, 3. Wrist technique number 11. At speed. Step by step. 1, open up the palm. 2, circle. 3, our right hand grabs his hand. We're twisting with our right hand, his hand in a clockwise direction relative to us, and our left hand twisting his wrist in a counterclockwise direction, similar to what's sometimes referred to as an Indian burn. Step forward, our right stepping forward, bend the wrist while twisting to bring the opponent down. Technique number 11, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4, Face each other. Chariot. Kyung-ne. Face the front, please. Chariot. Kyung-ne. Chariot. Kyung-ne. Face each other, please. Chariot. Kyung-ne. First clothing techniques 1 through 13. Defending will be Master Joseph Muniz. Attacking will be Mr. Eric Constable. Number 1, at speed. Number 1, step by step. Our right hand grabs over the opponent's hand. Our left hand opens, the fingers extend so that the wrist expands and the hand is nice and strong and straight. We pivot as we bring our left hand over his wrist with our thumb pointing downward. We step forward, continue to rotate to bring the opponent down. Count by count. Technique number 1, first clothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clothing technique number 2, at speed. Count by count, step by step. 1, our right hand grabs to the opponent's right hand. Our left hand opens so that our fingers are upward, the thumb is down, but his wrist is caught by our left hand. We pivot, step the right foot, pushing our left arm till our elbow is all the way straight and the opponent is thoroughly off balanced. Our left hand slides to above the elbow, to the pressure point above the elbow, pressuring that point with the knotty bone on our left wrist. Step the left foot forward and through to throw the opponent. Technique number 2, first clothing, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. First clothing technique number 3, at speed. Step by step. We bend our left elbow, our right hand grabbing the opponent's hand, clamping his palm tight against our left bicep. Pivot, step the left foot forward, continuing to bend and twist to bring the opponent down. Count by count. 1, 2, 3. Clothing technique number 4, at speed. Clothing technique number 4, the opponent grabs our upper sleeve near the bicep on the outside of our sleeve. Our right hand grabs his right hand and holds it tight to our bicep. Our left arm flexes to capture his hand, our hand, tight to our body while it holds his hand tight to our bicep. Step forward, the left foot to a 45-degree corner as we push with our shoulder so that it puts his hand in a very uncomfortable position. Count by count. 1, 2, 3. Clothing technique number 5. At speed. The opponent with his right hand grabs our clothing at our left shoulder. At speed. Step by step. We bend the knees, rotating our body counterclockwise. Our right hand grabs over the top to hold his right hand. And then we suddenly rotate our body clockwise and bump our shoulder, and our left hand comes up to bump his elbow over. Step the right foot forward and through toward the 45-degree corner. Count by count. Technique number 5. 1, 2, 3. Closing technique number 6. The opponent with his right arm, right hand, reaches past our head and neck to grab the back of our clothing collar with his right hand. At speed, begin. Clothing technique number 6, step by step. As he pulls us in, our left hand round punches his ribs. Our right hand round punches as we duck under his arm, bringing our head completely under his arm, sliding the left foot toward the left slightly. And then our right hand grabs the top and back of the opponent's hand. As we slide our right foot toward the right, we push with our head and neck to turn the opponent. Then the left hand comes up to the point above the opponent's elbow to pressure him in a straight arm bar. We step the left foot forward to throw him to the ground. Number 6, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 7. The opponent uses his right hand to grab our lapel. At speed, begin. Step by step. We step our left foot back as our right hand comes across to grab the back of his hand, drawing the opponent off balance slightly. And then our left hand comes up to bump his hand over so that his little finger is on top as we pivot our body to front. Our hand holds his hand tight to our body. So we step the left foot forward and bow our body so that it makes his wrist bend with this little finger pointing upward. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clothing technique number 8. The opponent uses his right hand to grab our lapel. At speed, begin. Step by step. We step our right foot toward the back. Our left hand comes across and grabs the back of his knuckles with our thumb behind the back of his knuckles with the clothing included. He's still holding on to the clothing. We're holding his hand and our clothing. We pivot our body towards the front as our right hand comes up and grabs his hand so that we're bending and twisting his wrist as we pivot our body toward the front. Step forward, bow the body to strongly pressure and bend and twist his wrist. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 'Technique number 9. This time the opponent uses his right hand to push against our left chest, to touch or push against our left chest. At speed, begin. Step by step. Our right hand palm comes to tightly press his right palm towards and against our chest. Our left arm bends and comes on the back of our own right hand to strongly press his palm to our chest as in a vice grip. We step the left foot. We bow the body, bending and twisting his wrist very strongly. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Technique number 10. The attacker uses his right hand to grab palm down to hold our belt, as if to restrain us or prepare to punch us to the face. At speed, begin. Technique number 10, step by step. Our right hand pushes his thumb side of his hand downward as our left hand brushes upward so that it turns his hand the little finger up as we step our right foot in a big step toward the back. Our both thumbs cross over at his wrist point, holding his hand tight to our body as we step our right foot forward and bow the body, bending his wrist and bending his elbow. Count by count. 1, 2, 3. Clothing technique number 11. Opponent grabs with his right hand, palm down, to grab our belt. At speed, begin. Step by step, clothing technique number 11. Our right hand grabs to the opponent's right wrist and hand. We pivot, stepping the right foot back to the rear corner. Our left hand comes up to pressure the point just above his elbow. Rotate our body into a front stance to take the opponent down towards his front fall. Count by count. Technique number 11. 1, 2, 3, and stand please. Clothing technique number 12. The opponent this time uses his right hand to grab our belt, but his palm is upward. At speed, begin. Technique number 12, step by step. Our right hand and left hand grabs his hand and holds it tight to our body, and we turn his hand slightly so that his thumb is slightly downward, and we twist our body abruptly towards our left to pressure the pressure point at his wrist. Bend and pressure the pressure point at his wrist. Count by count. Technique number 12. 1, 2, 3. Technique number 13. The opponent again grabs with his right hand to grab our belt with his palm upward. At speed, begin. Step by step. Clothing technique number 13. Our left hand grabs the opponent's right wrist. We step our left foot forward as our right palm strikes to under his chin with our fingers open so that we can attack his eyes if need be. Step the right foot through to behind his right leg, reaping his right leg as we throw the opponent to his back. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Steady hit. Kyung-ne. Face the front, please. Steady hit. Kyung-ne. Drop kicking techniques, demonstrating Mr. Eric Constable. Chariot, Kyung-ne. Drop front kicks, 3 variations. Variation 1, now broken down step by step. We're going to step forward, falling, and the hands will catch a little bit of weight, but mostly it's like a single leg squat. So all the weight doesn't go on the hands and the arms. Most of the weight is staying centered over the supporting leg as we kick out with the left. Step forward, falling, single leg squat, front kick. The timing is the kick is kicking out at the same moment that the body finishes itself down. Okay. Variation 2. This variation, we step forward and we do the single leg squat again, but we do a back fall as we front snap kick forward. The timing is important, so we'll do the snap kick as we're on the way to the ground. Step forward, Single leg squat, shoving the hips forward as we front kick, and then fall. Variation number 3 of the front kick. Variation number 3 begins with the shoulder roll to cover distance safely. Shove the hips forward as we front kick, as in the first variation for the front kick. The weight is on the hands and the supporting leg. Shoulder roll forward, put both hands down, shove the hips forward, front snap kick. Now the second basic drop kicking technique is of the side kick. Variation 1. This time we step behind the front foot, deep to cover distance to reach the opponent. And as we fall down with both palms and elbows completely down on the floor, forearms down on the floor, and then we side kick with that right leg. Notice the hip is not banging on the floor, we're just resting on the low leg. Step a deep step behind, both palms and forearms on the ground, side kick. At speed, drop side kick. Notice the timing, the kicking is at the same moment that we finish the fall, so the body weight is still traveling toward the opponent as we kick. Variation number 2, drop side kick. This one is a rolling fall, back side fall. We step deep behind the other foot, and then we have to rotate the body in such a way that we can do a proper side fall as we side kick. Step deep behind, twisting the body, side kick, fall. The third basic drop kicking technique, drop roundhouse kick. At speed, begin. Now this kick is useful toward the knee or towards the Achilles tendon or front of the ankle. Now this time we're going to do the kick very low, so it's like you're giving yourself a carpet burn on your big toe as we go for the Achilles tendon or the front of the ankle. We're going to rotate the body abruptly, both palms and forearms all the way down on the ground, and then roundhouse kick low. Now the other side. We'll rotate the body abruptly, palm and forearms down, and note that we're resting the leg, the low leg, on the mat. We're not banging the hip on the mat. Only the low leg is touching and the palms and forearms touching to the mat. This time at speed. Now the second variation for the drop roundhouse kick. We spin the body all the way around as we drop down, maintaining balance using the supporting leg, ball of the foot as a rotation point like a ball bearing, and then we'll quickly resume our standing position. At speed, going to suddenly rotate our body as we just touch down with both palms on the floor just momentarily as we kick. So we have a tripod for balance. The kick goes 360 degrees so that we can stand up quickly at the end and recover our balance. Again, we rotate the body quickly, hands just touch down as we do the roundhouse kick around and regain our standing position with the sparring posture. Now note, this time at speed, the hands touch the floor only momentarily. As we go down, they're covering the face and upper body to protect yourself. And then they touch the floor momentarily, and then right away the arms are up, protecting the face and upper body. Begin. Now the next basic drop kicking technique is the drop turn back kick, drop spinning turn back kick. This is the fourth drop kicking technique. At speed, begin. Now in this variation, we're going to remain laying down on the floor at the end of the kick, and we rotate the body, and then we squat down on the supporting leg so we're sitting right down on our heel, and the ball of that foot is the pivot point, and both palms and forearms will be on the ground as we sweep the leg across again to the ankle or Achilles tendon or knee. And you notice that we're laying down on the low leg. The hip is not banging on the floor again, and also the knee is not banging on the floor. Now as we rotate the body, we're going to rotate the body far enough that we can lay down on the low leg without banging that supporting leg knee. And sweep. One more time at speed. Now the second variation of the drop spinning turn back kick is pivoting on the ball of the foot, again as a pivot point, while we're kicking, and we spin 360 degrees around and regain our standing position quickly. At speed. Step by step. Again, we rotate the body so that we can see our opponent. We're squatting down on the supporting leg. We're sitting right down on the heel. The ball of the foot is the pivot point. And then both hands just touch the floor to make a kind of a tripod for balance and support as we spin all the way around 360 degrees around with the kicking leg. Again, pivot the body, hands touch down, knees bend, sweep all the way around. And we'll do that one more time at speed. And note also that the hands are protecting the face and the upper body. As we're on the way down, we just momentarily touch both hands to the ground to make that tripod for balance at the moment that we'd contact them with the kick. And then quickly we spring back to a standing position, and the arms are protecting your face again. So the face is not unprotected for more than a moment as necessary. At speed. Chariot. Kyung ne. Drop kicking techniques using the force shield as a target to demonstrate the point of focus of the kick and the centrifugal momentum when necessary. Demonstrating the kicking will be Eric Constable. Holding the force shield for him will be Master Joseph Muniz. Drop front kicking, variation number 1. Variation number 2. Shoulder roll, variation number 3. Drop side kick, variation number 1. Drop side kick, variation number 2. Drop roundhouse kick, variation number 1. Drop spinning roundhouse kick, variation number 2. Drop turn back kick, variation number 1. Drop spinning turn back kick, variation 2. Chariot, kyungne. Face the front, chariot. 경례. Chun Ki Do HYUNG number 7. Demonstrated step by step.
Chun Ki.
Beginning of Chun Ki Do. Right step forward, right low defense. Left step forward, left inward defense. Right high defense. Left outward middle defense. Right front kick. Left roundhouse kick. Right inward crescent kick. Left drop turn back kick. Left inward crescent kick. Left jump inward crescent kick. Right side kick, left backside kick, double circle to the right, double arm circle to the left with a low stance, high X defense, step through, and throw. High X defense, step through, and chicken wing throw. Take him down to the floor, slide the knee onto his body, and punch to the face. Then end Chun Ki Do. Form HYUNG number 7. Form Chun Ki 7. Count by count.
Chun Ki.
Beginning of Chun Ki Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. End of Chun Ki Do. Ki 7. At speed. Chun Ki. Chun Ki 8 Hyung, demonstrating Mr. Eric Constable step by step. Chariot. Chumbi.
Chun Ki.
Beginning of Chun Ki Do.
Hey.
Step the right foot forward, front stance, low defense. Rotate the body 90 degrees to the left. Step the right foot forward, right inward middle defense. 180 degree turn to the left by stepping the left foot, left high defense, left front stance. Open the left hand to make a target, right inward crescent kick. Turn the body 180 degrees, right inward crescent kick, jumping and spinning. Stepping down with the right foot in front, right inward chop. Next movement, left side kick, stepping it down, immediately following with the right side kick. Step to the left front corner, low sweeping defense to protect our knee. And then stepping right foot, right low sweeping defense. 180 degree turn, inward low sweeping defense. Another 180 degree turn, inward low sweeping defense with a horse riding stance. Next movement, circling the arms, opening out into a winging back fist with the right hand towards his face, palm with the left hand, then sweep with the right back fist, high palm strike with the left hand, step the left foot forward, right uppercut. Next movement, side kick with the right, followed immediately by a right sliding side kick. Windmill with the right hand, windmill with the left hand. Sweep and palm strike with the right, sweep and then palm strike with the left. Palm strike, palm defense, opening out to both side palm strikes. Step the right foot back, high defense. Step the right foot forward, spear hand attack to the midsection. Step the right foot back, low sweep, end of Chun Ki Do movement. Chun Ki 8 Hyung, count by count. Chumbi.
Chun Ki.
1.
Hey.
2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 'Form Chun Ki Do number 9, demonstrating Master Joseph Muniz. Chariot. 경례. 준비.
Chun Ki.
시작. 바로. chariot. 경례. Punch, cover, throw, techniques 1 through 20, demonstrating Master Joseph Muniz, Mr. Eric Constable. Face your partner, please. chariot. 경례. Punch, cover, throw, number 1. At speed, punch, cover, throw, number 1. Begin. Broken down, count by count. Attacker steps the right foot forward, right high punch. Defender steps the right foot back. Left cobra hand covers his hand, drawing him slightly forward and off balance. Then, sliding to a front stance, joining the other hand to bend and twist his wrist, and throwing. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 'Punch, cover, throw, number 2, at speed. Count by count, broken down. Attacker punches with a right high punch. Defender steps the left foot back. Right cobra hand covers his hand. Sliding to a front stance, the left hand comes up to join with the right to bend his wrist, with his fingers pointing up toward the ceiling. And step forward the left foot, continuing to twist and bend his wrist. If the opponent goes down to the floor, we continue to bend his arm behind his back as in a hammerlock, or the defender may roll forward in a shoulder roll. Count by count, number 2. 1, 2, 3. Punch, cover, throw, number 3. At speed, begin. Count by count, step by step. Right step forward, right high punch. Defender steps the left foot back with a high X block. Then circling his arm counterclockwise, stepping the left foot through, bending and twisting his wrist, then turning completely 180 degrees, his palm downward, his wrist bent. Then we step our left foot forward and throw, pinning him on the ground. And we may push the elbow down toward the ground, or we may be in a position to strike to the face. Count by count with the hold at each position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Punch, cover, throw, number 4. At speed, begin. Step by step, number 4. Right high punch. Defender steps the right foot back this time with a high X block. Then sliding to a front stance, circling his arm in a clockwise direction. Then step the right foot forward and through, turn the body 180 degrees. Then step the right foot forward and throw. Now count by count, number 4, with holding at each position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Punch, cover, throw, number 5. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right high punch. Defender steps the left foot to the left front corner, his left front corner, with the right high defense. Our left arm goes over his arm, and we push his wrist to bend his arm. We hold our own right arm with our left hand to form a figure 4 lock on his arm. Then twist his body, stepping through and bending the arm to throw. Number 5, count by count, with holding at each position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Punch, cover, throw, number 6. At speed, begin. Step by step. 1. We step our right foot back, left outward cover. Then step the right foot forward to between his feet, stepping deep. Our right arm goes under the groin and our body against his body without pushing him onto his back feet. We continue to pull on the arm, shift our weight to our left foot, and he rocks over our body as we raise our right arm to throw it. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 'Punch, cover, throw, number 7. At speed, begin. Broken down step by step. Attacker makes a right high punch. Defender steps the left foot forward. Left high defense, holding his arm. Bring the right foot forward and behind the opponent's right leg. And our right hand chops downward to the collarbone as we sweep that right leg. Count by count, holding in each position. 1, 2, 3, 'Punch, cover, throw, number 8. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right high punch. We step the left foot back. High X block, but with his arm on the outside part of the X. We roll our hands so that we position his palm up and his fingers pointing toward the ceiling. Next, from our front stance now, we step, put pressure on and bend his wrist so that the opponent has to go down or roll. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll do the same one, switching positions this time, just so that we can see the hand position more clearly. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch, cover, throw, number 9. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right high punch. We step the right foot back, left outward cover. Then we step the right foot forward. We bring our right arm around the opponent's waist. We have our hip close to his and slightly underneath him. And pulling him forward over the hip, we bow to execute a hip throw. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch, cover, throw, number 10. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right high punch. We step our right foot back, left outward cover again. Then we step the right foot forward, bringing our right arm, the hook of the arm near the bicep, catching his upper right arm. We continue to circle the left step back and around, and shoulder throw. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch, cover, throw, number 11. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right high punch. We step the left foot back, left high X block. We step the left foot forward, circling the body as his arm will circle down and around. Place his elbow on our shoulder. Then we step the right foot the rest of the way back around. And then we stand up by straightening the legs while we keep his hand pulled down to break his elbow. Number 11, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch, cover, throw, number 12. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right high punch. We step the right foot back, fan defense from the right to the left. Then we step the right foot forward again, right strike to his head. As we continue to push the head with the right arm, our left hand comes to underneath his chin and pushes the chin. We step the left foot through and bending and twisting his head and neck to throw him to his back. Count by count, hold each position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch, cover, throw, number 13. At speed, begin. Step by step. Right step forward, right high punch. We step our right foot back. Our left cobra hand covers his right hand and wrist. Then our right hand joins the left, stepping our left foot back to flex his wrist very deeply with the opponent's fingers pointing towards his face. Then we step the right foot back and we pull him down completely to the floor. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, and step backwards, pull down. Count by count. One more time, please. 1, 2, 3, Punch, cover, throw number 14 at speed. Begin. Step by step. Attacker steps the right foot forward with a right high punch. We step our right foot back with a back stance at the same time as our left arm shoots forward and our left hand holds his upper sleeve or shoulder. Next, we're going to slide our left foot forward so we get closer to him, to be underneath him, as our right hand grabs his lapel. Then we bring our right foot, knee bent deeply, into his stomach and sit down so that the opponent is pulled forward into the vacuum and over for the throw. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch, cover, throw number 15 at speed. Begin. Step by step. Attacker steps the right foot forward with a right high punch. We step our right foot back with the fan defense from left to right. Next, we bring our elbow over his arm, circling our right foot in the back step so that we have his straight arm locked out and pinned under our left arm. Next, we lean back, lifting up on his hand as we push down on his shoulder. Next, count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the same move again. I'm going to have you switch sides one more time, please. One, 2, 'Now all the way to the floor. 3. Punch, cover, throw number 16. Begin. Step by step. Attacker steps the right foot forward, right high punch. Defender steps the right foot back with the fan defense and continues to circle the arms in a clockwise manner. We slide the left foot forward, place our left arm behind his arm in the circle. Our right hand holds our left wrist, and we continue to circle step the right foot back and around so we put pressure on his shoulder to throw it. The opponent will either go flat on the floor or they'll shoulder roll out. Count by count. 1, 2, circle, continue to circle, and circle step back to throw. Now switch sides one more time, please. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, Punch cover throw number 17. Count by count, step by step. Attacker steps the right foot forward, right high punch. We step our right foot back at the same time our left hand shoots forward to hold his shoulder or right upper sleeve. Then our right hand shoots in to hold his collar, his left lapel, high on his left lapel as our right foot steps in underneath him. And you'll notice our right thumb is open and applying pressure to the baroreceptor in the neck just in front of the sternocleidomastoid muscle that runs on the side of the neck. We continue to pull on our left arm, rotating him as we push with that right thumb so that it digs into that pressure point and forces him to the ground to his back. Count by count, number 17. 1, 2, 3, 'Punch cover throw number 18. At speed, begin. Step by step. Attacker steps the right foot forward, right high punch. We step our left foot to our left front corner with the right outward middle defense. Next, we step our right foot forward, externally rotating the right foot as a crossover step. Next, we step our left foot around behind him as our right arm goes to around his neck and a choke as the right hand pushes forward and downward on the opponent's hip to put him in a very untenable position. Okay. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now let's do it one more time. Switch sides, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, punch cover throw number 19. At speed, begin. Count by count, step by step. 1, right high punch. We step our left foot back with a high X block. Next, we circle his arm counterclockwise, bending and twisting his wrist, bending his elbow. Next, we step our right foot on around, and we continue bending and twisting his wrist and elbow. Next, we put pressure by lifting his elbow and pulling down on his hand and wrist to put him in an untenable position. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch cover throw number 20. At speed, begin. Step by step. Attacker steps the right foot forward, right high punch. Defender steps the right foot forward with our right arm wrapping around behind his head and around his neck as we step the left foot forward. We're now pulling on his right arm, and we've hooked our right arm all the way around his neck and head, and we may be holding on to his chin with our right hand. Then we reverse the direction because the opponent struggles. We step the left foot forward, pulling up on his chin, pushing on his right arm with our left, and then we continue to circle, stepping our right foot back in a circle step to throw him to his back. Count by count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, if we can switch sides again, please, for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Face each other, please. Chariot. Kyung-ne. Face this way, please. Chariot. Kyung-ne.